My beloved brothers and sisters, one of the hardest truths in life is realizing that most people don't really care about your struggles, your pain, or your sacrifices. You can spend your whole life trying to please them and still feel empty. But when you stop expecting from people and start trusting Allah, you discover a strength that no one can take away. Because the only one who truly cares for you every moment, in every hardship, is Allah. Why? Depending on people leads to disappointment. When we place our hope in people, we are setting ourselves up for heartbreak. Human beings are weak by nature, limited in what they can give, and often occupied with their own worries. You may think someone will always be there for you, but sooner or later they will fall short. Not because they are evil, but because they are human. Only Allah is Al-Qayyum, the one who never fails, never forgets, and never abandons. The Qur'an reminds us, if Allah helps you, none can overcome you, and if He forsakes you, who is there that can help you after Him? 3:160. Depending on people is fragile because their support is temporary, but depending on Allah is unshakable because His support is eternal. The believer learns that disappointment from people is a lesson to return to Allah. When you expect too much from others, you hand them the keys to your peace. If they give, you feel happy. If they take away, you feel broken. But when your expectations are tied only to Allah, no one has the power to control your heart. This realization liberates the soul from endless cycles of hurt. The Prophet himself faced abandonment. At Taif, when he sought support, the people mocked him, rejected him, and turned their children against him. Yet he turned to Allah in dua. If you are not angry with me, then I do not care. This is the lesson. People will disappoint, but Allah never does. Depending on people often leads to ingratitude. You may do countless favors, but when one mistake is made, people forget everything good you ever did. This reality can crush you unless you remember that your reward is with Allah, not in their praise. He records every act, even when people erase it from memory. Our hearts long for love, recognition, and validation, but people's love is conditional. They may support you when things are easy, but leave when life gets hard. Allah's love, on the other hand, is unconditional, stronger than a mother's for her child, and it never fades. Choosing His love over people's protects you from heartbreak. The Qur'an says, indeed, man was created weak. 4:28. Weak people cannot carry the weight of your heart. When you lean on them too much, they collapse, and you collapse with them. But when you lean on Allah, the All-Powerful, your heart stands firm even in the storms of life. Disappointment often comes because we confuse creation with Creator. We expect perfection from people when only Allah is perfect. We expect endless patience when only Allah is As-Sabur. We expect constant care when only Allah is Ar-Rahman. Realizing this shifts your reliance away from fragile humans to the one whose attributes never fail. Depending on people creates chains around the heart. You begin to live for their approval, fear their rejection, and lose yourself trying to please them. But when you depend on Allah, you gain freedom. His approval frees you from slavery to people's opinions, and that freedom is the root of peace. Life teaches us that even those closest to us can hurt us unintentionally. A parent may disappoint, a spouse may forget, a friend may betray, but Allah's promise is clear. Do not grieve, indeed Allah is with us. 9:40. His companionship fills the void left by people's absence. Depending on people often breeds anger. You may feel resentful when others don't meet your expectations, but the truth is they were never able to in the first place. Releasing those expectations heals the heart because you stop demanding from creation what only the Creator can give. The Prophet taught us to tie the camel and trust Allah. This means doing your part with people but never tying your heart to them. Work with them, love them, care for them, but let your ultimate reliance rest only in Allah, for He alone controls outcomes. When you depend on Allah, disappointment turns into redirection. Instead of asking, why did they leave me? You say, perhaps Allah is guiding me to better. Faith transforms pain into wisdom, showing you that every loss is part of His plan. Depending on people for happiness is dangerous. They may change their mood and your peace changes with it. But Allah never changes. His mercy, His care, His presence are constant. When you root your joy in Him, it is stable. untouched by the ups and downs of others. People are temporary companions. No matter how loyal, one day they will be absent by choice or by death. But Allah is Al-Hayy, the ever-living, who never leaves. Depending on Him ensures your heart is never orphaned, never truly alone. Disappointment is not always a curse. It is a wake-up call. Allah allows people to fail you so that you turn back to Him. He removes false supports from under you so you can realize He is the only true support that never breaks. Depending on people can also breed arrogance. You may think their support defines your worth, but when Allah takes it away, you realize your value was never in their hands. True dignity lies in being honored by Allah, not in being praised by people. The Qur'an says, sufficient for us is Allah, and He is the best disposer of affairs. 3:173. This is the believer's shield against disappointment. Even when people fail, even when the world rejects, you remind yourself, Allah is enough. That truth alone heals the heart. Every disappointment with people pushes you closer to Allah if you let it. Instead of bitterness, you gain clarity. Instead of resentment, you gain tawakkul. The believer's journey is to learn that no one cares as deeply, as consistently, and as eternally as Allah. My brothers and sisters, people will forget, people will fail, and people will walk away. But Allah will never abandon you. Disappointment is not the end. It is the beginning of true reliance. So stop placing your heart in fragile hands and entrust it fully to Allah, the one who cares beyond measure. Qur'anic reminder, Allah is enough for the believer. The Qur'an repeatedly assures us that Allah is sufficient, and whoever relies upon Allah, then He is sufficient for him. 65:3. This ayah is a shield for the believer's heart. It means that no matter the situation, and poverty, illness, loneliness, or fear, Allah's help is enough to carry you through when no one else can. When the believers faced armies at Uhud and Khandaq, Allah reminded them, sufficient for us is Allah, and He is the best disposer of affairs. 3:173. These words calmed hearts in the face of overwhelming fear. For the believer today, the same verse applies. When challenges seem too big, Allah's sufficiency is bigger. The Qur'an teaches that worldly supports collapse, but Allah's help never weakens. Kings lose power, friends leave, money runs out, but Allah's mercy has no limit. He is Al-Qadir, capable of doing what no one else can, and His support never depends on circumstances. Is Allah not sufficient for His servant? 39:36. This rhetorical question pierces the heart. It reminds us that even if the whole world abandons you, Allah remains with you. His presence outweighs the absence of thousands because He alone holds the power over everything. The believer finds comfort in the verse, do not grieve, indeed Allah is with us. 9:40. These were the words said by the Prophet ﷺ to Abu Bakr in the cave, surrounded by enemies. If Allah's presence protected them then, it can protect you now, no matter what storm surrounds your life. The Qur'an also ties sufficiency with tawakkul. Allah promises, and whoever fears Allah, He will make for him a way out and provide for him from where he does not expect. 65:2-3. True reliance on Allah unlocks unseen doors, proving that His care extends beyond what the eye can see. Believers are reminded that victory does not come from numbers or strength, but from Allah. At Badr, the Muslims were few and weak, yet Allah sent down angels as reinforcement. 8:9. This shows that Allah's sufficiency is not theoretical. It manifests in miraculous ways when faith is strong. The Qur'an warns against relying too heavily on people. If Allah helps you, none can overcome you. But if He forsakes you, who is there that can help you after Him? 3:160. This ayah clarifies that all human support is useless without Allah's permission. His help is the foundation of all success. Allah is enough for the believer because He knows what we do not. Perhaps you hate a thing and it is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing and it is bad for you. 2216. Depending on Him means trusting His wisdom over our limited vision, knowing He sees the entire picture. The Qur'an comforts those in hardship with the reminder, Indeed, with hardship comes ease. 94:6. Allah's sufficiency lies not in removing every difficulty instantly, but in guaranteeing that relief always follows pain. This promise alone strengthens the believer's patience. Allah is enough in matters of justice, and rely upon the ever-living who does not die, and exalt Allah with His praise. And sufficient is He to be acquainted with the sins of His servants. 25:58. When people wrong you, Allah's knowledge and justice suffice. He sees what others overlook. The Qur'an also reminds that Allah's sufficiency brings contentment. So remember me, I will remember you in 2:152. To be remembered by Allah is the greatest honor. When the Creator of the heavens remembers you, do you truly need the approval of people? Believers are taught that Allah is enough in fear. Those to whom hypocrites said, "Indeed, the people have gathered against you, so fear them." But it merely increased them in faith, and they said, "Sufficient for us is Allah, and He is the best disposer of affairs." And 3:173. Faith transforms fear into courage. Allah is sufficient in provision, and there is no creature on earth but that upon Allah is its provision. 11:6. If He feeds the birds and sustains the fish in the sea, then surely He is sufficient for your risk as well. Worrying about sustenance is eased when you remember this truth. The Qur'an emphasizes that Allah's sufficiency never fails, even when you fail yourself. Say, O my servants who have transgressed against themselves, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. 39:53. Even in sin, Allah's forgiveness is enough to cleanse and restore you. Allah is enough to heal the brokenhearted. The Qur'an says, "Indeed, with hardship comes ease." Those words soothe pain that no one else can reach. People may listen, but only Allah can heal. His words are medicine for wounds unseen. The Qur'an also ties Allah's sufficiency to the hereafter. That day, sovereignty will belong to Allah. He will judge between them. 22:56. When everything else ends, Allah remains. The believer rests, knowing that ultimate justice and peace lie with Him alone. When the believer feels abandoned, the Qur'an restores hope. And your Lord is going to give you, and you will be satisfied. At 93:5. These words to the Prophet ﷺ are a timeless reminder. Allah's care does not end, and His gifts will come in due time. Allah's sufficiency is not just comfort, but power. If Allah should aid you, no one can overcome you. 3:160. This makes the believer fearless in truth, strong in patience, and unshaken in adversity. His help turns weakness into strength. Finally, my brothers and sisters, the Qur'an's reminders all point to one truth. Allah is enough. People will fail, wealth will vanish, health will weaken, but Allah remains. To rely on Him fully is to never be left empty-handed. May Allah grant us hearts that find sufficiency in Him alone. Ameen.